So just as I was about to start the video, I've got a poxy stupid motorbike going by. As always, typical. Anyway, so this video is talking about, am I superstitious? In some ways, yes, I am. Sorry, I'm a bit like, I've gone into tired mode, and it's like, I really want to do this video. Yeah, all I want to do is sleep. So this video may not go out till tomorrow, but am I superstitious? Yes, I am. I don't like walking under ladders. I don't like putting shoes on the table. I don't like to jinx. I hate saying that. I hope I don't get a cold, for example, because then I get one. But I am someone who, I remember in Euro 2006 when it was over here in Britain, or England, and I remember I had this World Cup t-shirt on with a pair of jeans, and I remember had to wear the exact same thing for each match, for each England match, and then if they lost, then I was allowed to change my outfit. And so yeah, I've always been, very superstitious. I do kiss and salute a magpie, and a lot of people think I'm barking mad, because they always come in twos anyway. But yes, I've always done that. One of my aunties says that it's when she sees a magpie, it's my nan keeping an eye on her, which I find quite funny, because that's the sort of thing my nan would do, So I am kind of, yes, I think it helps to be a little bit superstitious, because it kind of, I don't know, it's, I think it's patriotism, if there's such a word, because I do feel it when, like, I hear the national anthems, like God Save the Queen, and Land of Hope and Glory, Jerusalem, Abide With Me. They do kind of give me goosebumps, and songs that have made me quite emotional in the past. I'm not overly superstitious now, but I do still believe in luck, and I do believe in fate. I do. I think that fate does exist, and there's good fate and bad fate. Obviously, the good fate is where you've dreamed about being, for example, an MP, and then suddenly I am an MP, for example. Even I wouldn't have been MP because I don't like them. But it's basically, I would say that I am about, if I had to measure out my superstition up to 100%, it would be, I would say 50, or say 60% I am superstitious, and the rest of the 40% I'm not as much as what I was before. I do sometimes have stopped watching my favourite football teams, because whenever I watch them they started to lose, and then when I wasn't watching, I'd be like, well, perhaps I'm not supposed to watch it then. So I would stop watching football matches if it meant that my side kept getting beat every time I watched them. So in my case, yeah. But I do believe in tarot cards. I just watched a video about Sarah Cannon, who's heart breathing, and she does that at a coffee shop, and she had a special guest on and talking about tarot cards, and that you should always be listening to there should always be a certain amount of cards, and one of my colleagues at Button, she used to do tarot card reading, and when she did it for me a few times, it was spot on. So I do believe in tarot card readings. I don't believe in true magic. There was a time when I did, but no, it's all illusions. And they used to, and what, and so I used to watch this program on, I think it was a Saturday, where they would show you how the magic tricks were done, and it was like, you ruined the purpose of magic by doing that, because now everybody knows, and it's like, well, yeah, we can see through it now. So, you know, that kind of, you know, there's a reason why there is a, not to be told, what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? It's, well, basically, it's, you know, it's a code, isn't it? You're not supposed to break the code of magic, which is telling people how tricks are done, because it ruins the purpose of it being magic. So, and then, trust me, that if you ruin my marriage, there was no magic, unfortunately. And you know, I was partly guilty of that as well. But yeah, is there magic in marriages? It depends who you've chosen to be with, but not all the time, no. But yeah, I am quite superstitious, and will I always be? Partially, yes. I think when you've like, for me, the best job I've had is working at a holiday camp, because what's that got to was superstition? No idea. But I always knew that I was going to work at a holiday camp at one point, and so that's where fate, I think, comes into it. That's where I was going. It's to do with fate. I think I was destined to work at a holiday camp. I was destined to meet someone there, and I was destined to have my life change when I you know, took the risk, and I did it. And I do believe that you do have to take risks in life. And that was you know, because when I first got shown around where I'd be working on the holiday camp, I remember thinking, have I made a big mistake? Have I, you know, because I remember it was a lady called Rail, and she showed around and she said, but you're asking yourself, well, what have I got myself into? And that's exactly what I was thinking. But then I ended up being down there for 5 years, so it couldn't have been that bad, because I stuck it out, and it was one of the best jobs I had, because I would be, you know, working in the restaurants in the morning and usually in the evening, and then I would then doll myself up and, you know, party the night away in their bars and their theatres within the camp. So, and I ended up sort of working in different areas of the holiday camp in the end, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was the experience that I wanted, actually. But then I got married, and then just stopped bad luck, where fate is like what was supposed to happen, even if it was a bad event or a good event. So, you know, I do believe in fate more than superstition, but I still am superstitious in a lot of ways. So, yeah, and if you are, I'd like to hear from you what your take is on it, on, you know, superstition. Do you do things a certain way because of bad luck? I have, yeah. Like when I used to follow the rugby league team, and I knew that we would get to the Challenge Cup final, I got really emotional, because it was like, wow, things are really changing here. You know, they'd gone from a club that was playing in a field, basically, to playing in a 30,000 packed stadium in the end. And it was so good to see it grow. And I believe that was, because I always used to wear the same thing. You know, obviously I used to wash the clothes, but I would often wear the same t-shirt, the same top, you know, same outfit. And, you know, sometimes I would blame what I was wearing if we got beat, but really it's the team. I mean, when you're watching, it's different to taking part, because you know, I mean, I tried rugby and I got flattened, so it wasn't the sport for me, but it was good to watch. It was a good social event, but I was quite superstitious as well. You know, I would, you know, always go for the same gate, or always, you know, would plan my outfit, on the Friday before a match, and but that's again is more fate than superstition, so this is just a general chat. I don't know how much I want to keep in, but anyway, but yeah, that's it for this video. It's a bit static, I know, but I just feel like I wanted to do this video, so yeah. Anyway, have a good week ahead, and I will see you in another video. Take care.